into the podcast properly about the whole H thing. Should we kind of conclude that properly? If I get a clip of what was actually said, so that kind of got people a little bit upset. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Let me just get to this. I can find this. Bear with me, people.
So you don't know nothing or something.
Might have been a little bit
debatable. Do you get what I mean? But no one's, in my opinion, no one's really interested in that. And no one can tell me, oh, you're just a kid, so you don't know nothing about grime. Yeah. Because I'm coming from this generation's point of view. You can't tell me nothing about this. Yeah. No one, I promise you now, no one younger than me is bothered about grime.
Okay.
Yeah. No one younger than me is bothered about grime. I'm slightly bothered because I just like.
So you're like the end.
Do you get what I mean? But I think me and my little era, around my age group, we're the last ones left when it comes to being bothered about grime and like interested. Anyone younger than me, man 4 years younger than me don't even probably know what grime is like.
Looking sassy for the shirt.
For the shirt.
Younger.
What do you think? Thoughts?
I agree.
My esteemed panel, my brothers.
I agree with what he said. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not say that he's being disrespectful, because he's not. All he is saying is that the kids of today aren't the general consumers of grime.
Yeah. Yeah, it's anything wrong there.
They're not. They're not around no more. Like, they're not. Bro, man. Come on, man.
Let the YGs live, man.
Come on, man.
It's not a diss. Doesn't mean there isn't good grime music being made.
And but we shouldn't even have to say that, because that is not what he said. It is so far from what he said.
Yeah, but you know how these things are taken. I think, like, I understand the premise. A lot of the time these things happen where people want to protect genre so much, but there's one thing that's so funny that happens when these conversations, because they rare every few months or at least once a year, whatever. H will say this and Donnie start dropping their SoundCloud links. Why weren't you promoting your music at other times? Like, it's actually counterproductive, isn't it? Because now we're only paying attention to your music when this conversation is happening. If anything,
he had an
all these so-called gatekeepers, they ain't protecting the back door properly. Like, I see Lethal B talking on Shade Borough, like, I like you, H, blah, blah, blah. Like, some things don't need to be said, whatever. But when was the last time you made a grime song? You know, I love Lethal. I want you to get to the bag. You're black.
He's got
get
the bag.
the money.
He's got the bag.
But when was the last time you made a grime song? Like,
he's got
your contribution over the last maybe like 10 or 15 years is trying to rehash Power every couple of years and give us Power 2008, Power 2014. If they give us a Power 2020, far on those bars.
Do you know what?
We're not trying to hear that. I don't want to hear a Power 2020. I'm being dead serious, bro. I don't want to hear it, fam.
The thing is that, like, I hear you to an extent, but he's had like songs that will carry him for a bit, like, the Fest.
He's had the Fest, and those are bangers, and it's very he's been very blatant when he's making pop music, innit? He's unashamed. Him and Distortion, Batman and Robin.
It works.
Get this money, innit?
It works.
Even to the point when Wiley had Boasty, people started saying, "Raw, what this kind of sounding like a Lethal B type rhythm," because that's Lethal's lane, innit? You know, you were the guys. You've gone through the trenches, innit? So I'm not mad at you getting money, innit? But the real truth is that listenership and consumer has grown older. I'm not saying there aren't under 20s there are definitely under 20s that listen to grime. There are definitely artists around that age group who are involved in grime. Like, there's the young guy called Yeezy, who's from like Broccoli sides, innit? He's around my guy Code or whatever, innit? And he's been keeping up with a fuckery when it comes to the bars and stuff. But even within grime, he shouldn't be in the scene. And they're saying a diss is just the truth. There's a cypher where like 6 MCs spit their bars. He's got a video like of him doing like 5-minute spazzing. He literally has stolen everybody's bars in the video. And I might be bringing you the information here, but what I'm saying is with this thing that you're so like protective over, anybody can get in and do their thing.
Yeah.
Because the way I grew up and that should not be allowed, innit?
I can tell you for free, I'm not listening to grime either. Do you know what I'm saying? And
if you are, it's more for nostalgia.
And I came up off that era. Do you know what I'm saying? So like I was saying earlier, it's like the 16-year-olds, or when I was of that age, when I was a teenager, grime was like, we were religiously listening to grime,
It was a lifestyle, bro. Pirate radio.
Pirate radio, like Monday nights on Deja, do you know what I'm saying? Freeze, like all these radio stations that we used to like literally be by the radio to listen to and have our tapes to record them on. This is what was exciting us, and then we started to see the man them on TV, and it was like, yo, like this is it. They're not doing that for grime because it's not that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not the emerging genre anymore. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So like all the young kids,
grime ain't the sound of the young black youth right now. It's not
drill, bro.
Drill. And these are drilly, fam.
And it's not even to say that like what Grime's done is phenomenal. Like it's birthed one of the greatest lyricists that we've ever had in this country.
Which is, who's gonna say?
People like Gets, Kano, like they've come off. You know what I'm saying? Like they've gone on to
tell that old man relax, bro. Tell that old man relax, bro. Tell Wiley chill out, bro. He's not in the GOAT conversation no more.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, wild in that.
These are men that are like have become that have managed to exist as time has gone on. And
they've got better with age, bro. Kano put out an amazing body of work recently.
They're putting out amazing body of works, like, and they're like. They're giving they're including the youngers into it as well. Like they're collaborating with man. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's nothing to be offended by when H said that. It's just like, rah, you got to move with the times, and that's not where the time is.
Yeah, trust me.
Sorry, Vans. Really and truthfully though, we're like we have our jokes and that. We're not kids ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm the youngest in the room, and fam, the big 3-0's coming, fam. I can feel it like the Reaper. The Reaper's coming.
Bro, my birthday's I'm 32 on Sunday.
Bro, if you're think so, like we just put ages out, yeah. These artists, they're good couple years older than us. Do you even want the under 20s? Like really, no. When you really deep it and check it, yeah. When you really check it, don't get it twisted. Skepta them and they're big men, you know. They're not children, innit? Like I know from maybe I'm talking from my perspective, innit, alone, innit. I wouldn't want. That's not my target audience. I'm not mad if they want to be along with everybody else. But in mid to late 30s, I'm not trying to speak to the 16-year-old, innit?
Yeah.
I'm really and truthfully, for this thing to grow, I know we shouldn't always look at the US, yeah, but I feel it was a defining moment when like Jay-Z had 444. I'm sure there are other rappers who had age appropriate rap, whatever. We need to hear, and I can use an example. Kano.
Yeah.
Kano's last two projects are grown, mature content. When he goes through Albert Hall,
you can hear it.
It's the listenership that's grown with him, innit? So that's an example of someone that's aging.
They ain't no 16, 18-year-old.
And if they are there, they might be there for an older brother, older cousin, a chaperone, whatever. And if they're there on their own, that's great anyway. Come along for the ride and get a history lesson on why this thing is the way it is, innit?
Yeah.
But really and truthfully, bruv, like, even with this podcast, if our listenership was 16 to just 21 and that, I'd be fucking worried, fam. Like, I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you, man. And it's like, even like when we were talking about 444, and I remember when it dropped, and I think a lot of people were getting at 50 because he was like, oh yeah, that's not being played
talking
in
about
the clubs.
art and all that. Yeah,
that's not being played in the clubs, but that's not who it's intended to reach.
Bro, the music isn't just listened in one setting. Club plays a big part. It's not just one setting.
And man, them don't need the club. Do you know what I'm saying?
He don't.
He don't need the club. We've given
the clubs enough money. If we're not going to own the club, it's all right, bro. Stay at home, bro. Hey, how much champagne do you want to drink?
Kano knows. People like Kano they know who they attract. Yes, there's going to be like a small minority of a very young group of people that are going to be like, yo, you're sick, I listen to your music. But the ones that are coming up, the ones that are 16 now,
nah. And you know, it is well with the OGs. Represent well so you don't embarrass me. So when I'm now stunting on my younger cousins, whatever, the people around me that are there's an age up between us, I'm saying, now this is harder than that, and I put you on and you're doing the hip, the hop. Your version on Grime and that. You're making me look bad, bro. So do me a favor and represent, innit? If you want people to, you know, there's nothing wrong. Like, things go in cycles, innit, you know? And if essentially anyway, like, some people could argue they're cousins because what's the BPM on drill? It's not too far off of Grime, innit? So, and I haven't played it on the pod now, but Kenny Allstar's got a drilly beat with DWE on.
Yeah.
A recent song come out.
You know
so the two worlds can collide. And it's just to clarify, from what he said, this wasn't a drill conversation, but I know that if the kids aren't listening to Grime, it's definitely Joe that they're listening to.
Yeah.
Most definitely, innit?
Yeah.
Like, let the kids have their thing. That isn't a diss. A lot of you, man, have your audience and that. And if you're not happy with the audience you have, you got to look at the moves you made. If you made pop songs for the last 10 years...
all you OGs need to be concerned of making bona fide classics, so the youngers artists of this new generation are sampling your music so you can still eat of the success during this fucking big genre that it is.
Are you telling me the truth?
You pardon, man. You pardon.
Come on, play to elbow, man. Corona thing, man.
Come on. But what you said there is straight facts, though. Real talk.
Come on, man. Like, at the end, like, just... Bro, have some integrity, fam.
I just don't like seeing that. And then I think it's kind of disrespectful to people like Manga.
Yeah.
Someone I feel like gets overlooked in Grime. He's had arguably some of the best projects in Grime over the last couple of years.
And all you fucking older lot that
all you old niggas
are releasing articles that are just shitting on the young youths, man. Give it a rest.
Bro, you remember use a YG, respect the come out car. Man can get boxed in the man. That's how YG's. You know, it's the truth.
Yeah, not for real.
Lyrically and physically. Because really, the truth, if you was doing well, I don't see Gets, Kano saying anything.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And these man, they care for the genre, you know.
And they've shown that, you know. I don't see.
They care for the genre, bro. Like they still.
And if they come out and say, "Man, I'll take it back," I'll take it back. You know.
Kano was on the Big Nasty show the other day.
I'll talk about it, man.
Shelling. This is Grime's essence. He was on there
on national TV. DJ Mike and Donny was shelling, sat on the sofa, just chilling.
And then he was like, "You know what? Let me get up."
That's why I can find it. I'll keep talking so I can find it.
And that's just the excitement, the spirit, and the energy of what Grime does, and it came to him. So he's exhibiting that on that platform, and he knows that that's what it does. Yeah. But at the same time, he knows that the audience
is different.
Yeah.
But it was vibing though. The clip I saw, the audience was vibing, bro.
Yes, the audience were vibing, because you got to think about the people that go there as well. Like on the Big Nasty show, the audience. It's us. Come on, man.
You know the vibes.
Come on, man. If you're so self-assured in what you've done and what you've contributed to the genre and the game, you won't feel upset by that comment.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I found one. Let me see if I'll play a little bit of it.
You know, so...
Way too much. Don't say too much. Don't roll the race you up. My crews up from it, they're way too nuts. You can say I'm wrong, I don't do way too much. But I'm so a big fool, I way too much. No, I don't rate you much.
This is Grime.
Box, my boys can't wait to break you up. Like or not, gotta say Kings moved up. You think I'm gonna go there, Kings moved up.
Wheel it!
Bruv, are you
telling me the truth?
Fam, those instrumentals, were created when I was like 15.
Yeah. I was during the heyday, innit?
Come on, man.
You know what it is? Nostalgia's good, but I just feel you got to play it forward, innit? Like, if there are people that genuinely care and they want those, like I said, there are definitely young artists. I use an example, someone like Yeezy. I'm sure there's younger artists, there's artists around that age group that are doing their thing as well. The problem is, a lot of the gatekeepers don't have good rep in these streets, innit? Because there's a freestyle called, Yeezy's got a freestyle, Prince of Grime freestyle. He's talking a bit spicy, his jammer on there, some stuff that would heat up Jammer's chest a little bit, you know, about snaking for free bags and getting banged in the face by Stormzy at Reading Festival. I've had my little conspiracy theories about BBK being around Stormzy. Remember at the Mobos and that Skepta, and then when I don't see, man, I know it might seem really trivial to some, when I don't see especially in this very bro-ish, clicky time period we have with the internet and Instagram, when I don't see no Insta snaps together, when I don't see man on music together, when I don't see man around each other, especially when man are really around man at the start, I feel something's gone awry a little bit, you know. And even though him and Wiley end up having their back and forth, a lot of that talk about olders and that, I thought it could apply to a few man about certain people hating and whatever. It might apply to a few man. So, you know, I don't know the direct issues between Yeezy and Jammer, but if he's saying on the track and he's telling the truth that don't exchange for free bags, some of these OGs need to do correctly, car. You're part of the problem, innit? Yeah. Because Donny's thinking, fuck, I don't care. You didn't do nothing for me. You know, it's the same thing. Same in on the roads and the ends are like, wait, you was telling me, I clocked, wait, hold on. I was doing all the bootings. I was doing this. You didn't do nothing. You're just sitting down, chilling, mashing the money, and then you run off to Hertfordshire, get your little light-skinned girlfriend, have your X5 rearranging that, and you chill whilst we're suffering here. No. Let us do our thing. get our money, and no one can't tell us anything. We run things now, innit?
And
Doesn't mean you should have respect though. You should never have respect. But for those OGs, those elders that move correctly, there's certain people that will always get dealt with correctly. I've never seen anybody deal with DWE in a bad way ever.
Yeah. You get shown a lot of respect, and gatekeeping is beyond music for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're so like it all comes down to insecurity, in my opinion. Because if you're not sure of what you're doing, you shouldn't feel threatened by the new up and coming guy, because you can still coexist.
Yeah.
Bro, how are you OG in the scene and you're standing at the door checking IDs like a fucking bouncer? Are you a bouncer, bro? You're treating us like when they'll tell us we couldn't get in the club, now you're the bouncer. Move, bruv. Nah, bruv, bouncer for dead. About bouncer, bruv.
And I hope it changes like along as time goes on. You know, when our young artists of today becomes those seasoned artists, it's become like a free flowing type of industry now in the scene, where it's not as hard as it was for people to bust through. There was only a select of people that could exist in a certain space at a certain period of time. Now there's a lot of men that are coming through and doing stuff.
I think that's like, I know it's maybe we're veering off topic a little bit. It's still on topic we're talking about, but I think that's the genesis of a lot of people's problem, is that the entry points are a lot lower and people are getting to the money a lot quicker. Bro, this is not what you wanted though. Yeah. People like Wiley, it's not just for them to talk about the village and stuff. Should you not be happy seeing these young people living their dream and that? Like people coming straight from their bedroom, fresh. I just see Darko's video for Juicy. Yeah. It looks wavy, bro.
Yeah, it does.
Wavy.
With Hardy Caprio.
With Hardy Caprio. Very similar to Bryson Tiller's video. But hey.
And Chris Brown's and
and a few others.
Yeah.
But hey,
they all shot in the same place.
Hey, hey, what
it all depends on how it's directed.
Yeah. It all depends on direction. But yeah, but I'm saying that to say this though.
It's what we've always wanted. Like this, it's always what we've because we've always looked to America as being, you know, the bigger pool. We are creating the biggest pool that we've ever had here, and there shouldn't be room for hate, because this is what we wanted. Yeah, we wanted a big industry.
I don't even mind a little bit of hate, but let me justify. I don't mind a little bit of hate, because
it can't all be kumbaya by the
it got positioned as like
can't all be.
H saying Grime is dead. No, he just said for his age group, that isn't really what they're listening to.
He said, I promise you, nobody younger than me, is bothered about grime.
Yeah. And maybe things like Radar Radio, that whole situation not really working out, because I felt like we were getting to a stage.
It's dead in the water, bro.
Yeah, no, but it was. I feel like it could have come back, because that essentially was a pirate radio station on steroids. Yeah. So it was a very free environment. You could walk in, walk out. They had security now, but it was like very much you go there, shelling, do your things. A lot of people paying for stuff. It was, you were getting to go and use equipment that was high tech equipment, the kind of equipment you getting like a One Extra building, like a Beats, and like it was in the main studios anyway. This is top level equipment, and you're getting to come and show. And people, like, there was a hub for artists to come and do. I've seen Stormzy in there. I've seen early days Skepta, Jammer in there on Cyphers, Novelist. I'm sure I've seen Chip in there. Like it was giving that, bringing that feeling back a little bit. And I think once that disbanded, for obvious reasons, because they had some stuff like Me Too-ish stuff they had to deal with, and that things happened, whatever. I think that kind of hurt things a little bit as well. But I don't know how big in the conversation having like of effect that really was. But I feel like that little period on Radar felt like it was popping. It could have been the birth of something new again, innit? Yeah, you know. So
let grime exist. No one's saying that it doesn't. It's just not what the youngers are paying attention to in the same capacity that they are with other genres like drill, for example. Even the wave music that you're seeing,
the vibes.
What grime artist is doing, what DBE or AJ Tracy are doing at Ali Pali.
Madness.
Let me know that.
And bro, there are grime artists that still doing, like I said, Manga. P Money don't look like he's hurting when it comes to putting on his shows and doing
these men are touring, they're making money, bruv. Yeah. If you're existing and you're doing your thing, you shouldn't feel offended by what H said, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what would it have been if it was someone else that said that? Don't just jump on a little white you. That's
Look at you defending the whites. Hands his face. In closing, tough times never last. Only tough people last. Tough times
Leave H
never
alone,
last.
man. Let him beef.
No, let him cook the white you, man.
Let him beef Rush over like the Keisha and Becky thing.
Keisha, Becky.
Let him beef the Donny that he collaborated with.
Dump off. Sorry.
They were beefing, innit?
Yeah, and that's the worst thing about it. The clip I played, they'd ask him a question about Russ, and it's that kind of riled him up.
Are they beefing?
He said that it became big when he jumped on it.
Yeah, Russ is upset that, from what he said, Russ is upset that he's not bringing him out at shows, innit? To perform Keisha Becky, innit? And H is like, I just don't want you on my show, and like, I don't need to perform the song, I'll just perform my bit, and like, nobody wants to check their show. And why are you not getting onto J1? Because there's other people on the song that he's not getting onto that perform it, that don't bring him out at shows and stuff, innit? So, I don't know, but, I said that to say this.
What's your own show?
Vans saying, obviously, leave him alone. I hope they aren't any old tweets with H saying the N-word, because next week we'll cook you, innit?
Yeah, straight.
Next week we'll cook you. So right now,
straight.
You good, innit? Ain't no cookout invite. You're good. No cookouts. But you're cool, innit? You're cool for now, innit? So